Welcome everyone to today's Tanya Shiur. Today is Yud Tes Eir, the 19th of Eir, and we are holding in the middle of chapter 49, Parak Mem Tes. And now the Alter Rebbe is going to focus. Yesterday we spoke about a little bit about Kriyas Shema and how it's very, very important that we recognize how Hashem gave up everything to create our world and to focus his attention on us. And now we're going to say this is why we actually we're going to focus on the brachas of Kriyas Shema and how they are related to Kriyas Shema, even though seemingly they are totally different. Now, now we're going to understand the takana of Chachamim. What was the takana? This that they established. Tiknu brachas Kriyas Shema. They established the brachas of Kriyas Shema. Shtaim lefanah chulu. Yeah, two before and two after. L'chayra ein lohem klal im Kriyas Shema. Right? By all the mitzvahs we do, when we shake lulav, the bracha is actually on the lulav. When we light menorah, it's on the actual menorah. Everything we do is related. But when it comes to Shema, the brachas seemingly are not related at all. There's no connection. So why were they called the brachas of Kriyas Shema? And why were they dafka established before Kriyas Shema? Why not after? Rather, we're going to explain what the Ikar of Kriyas Shema. So now we're going to explain what the point of Kriyas Shema is, and then we're going to explain how that relates to the brachas. So what's the Ikar point of Kriyas Shema? L'kayim b'chal avavcha, to fulfill the mitzvah of knowing Hashem with, loving Hashem with both of your hearts. B'shnei tzaracha, with your Yetzer Tov and your Yetzer Hara. D'hainu lamid neged kol minei me'avas Hashem, to not give up and push through anything which tries to get in your way of loving Hashem. U'levavcha, what does it mean levavcha? That is your wife, which you love, and your children, which you love. A person's heart is connected and is tied with his wife and his kids. He said, and it was established. What does that refer to? Zoisha. He stood up. He commanded, and it stood up. Eluvanim. So we see from here that a person is very, very connected with their wife and children. So what does it mean? That you'll serve Hashem even with your wife and kids. And we'll say what that means in a minute. What does it mean nafshcha u'maidecha? Your soul and your ma'idecha, you give it your all. Literally, your life and your mezayne, your food, your sustenance, your parnasa. So what are we going to do? All these things that we just mentioned. What are we going to say? All these things that we just mentioned. All these things that we just mentioned about your wife, your kids, your family, your food, your business, you have to to give up everything to love Hashem. Don't let anything get in your way. Now, how can a physical person, a limited human being, come to this great level of giving up everything begashmis just to love Hashem? How? That's why before Kriyas Shema, which commands you to do all these things, they established a bracha of Yetzer V'sham, and in that bracha nemar v'nishnech ba'arichos inyan v'seidar malachim ha'imdim b'uram aylam. Right? What do we say before Kriyas Shema? We say v'strafim v'fanis ha'kodesh, all the malachim. They say kodesh, kodesh. Right? They say all these high things, and we're going to explain exactly how that connects to loving Hashem. L'idea to let us know gdulas ha'kodesh baruch hu, the greatness of Hashem. All these angels and high worlds and levels, they're all bottled. They're all nullified compared to Hashem, in front of Hashem's presence. Umashmim b'yira, and they hear with fear. Umakachim, and they make holy. V'ayim b'yira, and they say with fear, Kadesh, Kadesh, Kalemar, Shehu Muvdal Mehem Ve'enim Yislabish Behem V'chinas Gilei. They're basically saying the whole time that Hashem is Kadesh, 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 Kadesh. We translate as holy, but it literally means removed. That the angels are saying that even us, we're such high levels, we're angels, we're very high, right, in the spiritual world. Nonetheless, Hashem is separated from us. He's completely removed. He is much, much higher than us. Allah Malak al He's not enclosed within us. Rather, He surrounds all the worlds. He connects us. Yisrael L'mayla v'Yisrael L'mata Kanal. V'chein ha'yifanim v'chayis ha'kodesh b'rash gadol v'chulu barach kvoid Hashem imkaymei l'fi she'ein yedim v'masigim imkaymei. What does it mean? Blessed is Hashem from His place. Why can they say where Hashem is? You know why? Because Hashem isn't in one place. They don't even know where Hashem is. Hashem is on such a high level. Like we say also in the davening Kihulav He Hashem alone is high and exalted. He's very, very holy. And that was all the first bracha. What's the second bracha before Shema? We say Avas Olam Avtan Hashem Elokeinu. a love of worlds, Hashem loved us. What does that mean? He left all the high levels of malachim and angels. And what did he come for? For our world. That's what he came for. That's the love he showed us. And Hashem bestowed his shechina, his resting, he made us his resting place. Because love impels the flesh, which means that love says, even though there's flesh there, it doesn't let it get in the way. Love doesn't let anything get in the way, even a person's body. This is why it's called Avas Olam, that Hashem gave us a love of the world. Why? Because Hashem took his great oir, his great light, his great manifestation. What did he do with it? He enclosed it into a small little dot called planet Earth. That was called the Tzimtzum. So it's called Avas Olam because he had a great love for what? For the Olam, to make the world. Ba'avor Avas Am Yisrael, to love his nation, the Jewish people. Kadei lekarva my love, to make them close to him. Hashem wants to unify himself with us. He wants us to be part of him. And this is what we say. This is what it means when we say Chemla Gedela V'Yisera, an exceedingly abounding compassion. Sorry, abounding. Yeah, that it's a great amount of mercy and pity and compassion that Hashem bestowed upon us to make this world. Perush, what does it mean? Yisera. What does it mean, Yisera? Yisera al kirvas elakim shebechol tzva ma'ila. Way more than the love and compassion Hashem shows the angels. That's how much love He shows us. Way more. He shows us over all the other nations. Right? When I tell you I choose number 1 over number 2, it can't be that they're both the same exact thing. Because then, it can't be that number 2 is greater than number 1. Why? Because then it would be that I'm not really having a free choice. I'm being forced because number 2 is better, so I'm obviously going to choose number 2. Right? Here we're saying no. When Hashem chose us over the nations, He wasn't choosing, because the Jews, they have an neshama, they're holier. No. He was looking at our plain guf, our body, our flesh, and He said, the guy, the Jew, I want the Jew, I want the Yidden, I'm Yisrael. When He brought us close, to praise Hashem, what does it mean, Haida? In other places we explain that Haida means to thank Hashem and to be enclosed within Him completely. Fine. Shkoyach Chevra, that concludes today's shir. A quick summary, we're basically saying, even though the brachas of Kriya Shema at first glance don't seem connected to Kriya Shema itself, nevertheless, the reason why they are connected is because Kriya Shema speaks about loving Hashem, and through seeing how Hashem has all the srafim, all the angels and holy levels, and nonetheless, what did He come to do? He came down to us, Avos Olam. Therefore, we come to appreciate Hashem's love, and we will reflect that love back to Him. Shkoyach Chevre.